If you clear your clutter forever, you're going to have to learn to forgive. Forgiveness is defined by the Oxford English Dictionary as the action or process of forgiving or being forgiven, the act of letting go of resentment or anger towards an offender. We experience a multitude of feelings in relation to our clutter, including regret, shame, anger, guilt, grief, and embarrassment, which we either direct at ourselves and others or ignore and avoid for years and decades, perhaps even using them to blame or self-punish. But now it's time to forgive and let go of those harmful negative emotions and live our best life. To break the cycle of blame and self-punishment related to our clutter challenge so that we can heal, grow, and begin to believe that we deserve to live our clutter-free best life, there are 5 essential things that you must forgive. So first, you must forgive yourself for your past mistakes. We're often our own harshest critics, replaying memories and mistakes, wrong choices and failures on an endless loop. The weight of these moments can be crushing, chaining us to our past and hindering our progress. Forgiving yourself for past mistakes is not an act of forgetting or denying responsibility. It's an act of compassion. Recognize that every person stumbles. Mistakes are not evidence of your inadequacy, but proof of your willingness to try, to live, and to risk. Holding on to self-criticism only perpetuates pain and keeps you bound to a narrative that no longer serves you. When you forgive yourself, you grant your mind and heart permission to learn, to grow, and to pursue new directions free from shame. This type of forgiveness is a radical act. It means looking honestly at what you did, owning the consequences, making amends where possible, and then allowing yourself to be released from the chains of guilt. In doing so, you honor both the reality of your past and the promise of your future. The second type of forgiveness you need to practice when you're clearing your clutter is forgiving yourself for not knowing until now. There are moments in life when hindsight burns with clarity. You may look back and wonder why you didn't see the signs, why you didn't act differently, or why you allowed a situation to persist. This is the ache of not knowing then what you know now. But growth is a journey, not a destination. Forgiving yourself for your previous lack of knowledge is an acknowledgement of your learning, change, growth, and evolution. You can't be faulted for not having the wisdom you had yet to learn and earn, or for not possessing tools that only experience could provide. Every insight you hold today was a result of time, trial, and error. Release yourself from the guilt of, I should have known better. Instead, acknowledge the courage it takes to stay with the discomfort in the learning and change zone. Celebrate the fact that you are learning, understanding, adapting, and improving. Forgiving yourself for not knowing so you build resilience and empower yourself to step bravely into new experiences without fear of imperfection. The third type of forgiveness you need to practice when you're clearing your clutter is that you must forgive others for hurting you, whether it was intentional or not. Moving past a personal challenge often means letting go of the anger, resentment, or bitterness you harbour towards others. Whether the wound was inflicted by a careless word, a betrayal, a specific act, neglect, or their personal beliefs, opinions, or biases about you, holding on to pain does not punish the other person. It poisons your own spirit. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning harmful behaviour or forgetting the lessons learned. Rather, it means refusing to allow someone else's actions to determine your emotional state. It is the conscious decision to sever the strings that bind you to old hurts so that you can reclaim your energy and focus. This act of forgiveness might require time and repeated efforts. It's not about contacting or confronting the person who hurt you, but about letting go of your resentment. It is ultimately your own freedom, not theirs. By letting go, you reclaim the power to write your own story, no longer casting yourself as a perpetual victim, but as the author of your best life. The fourth type of forgiveness you need to practice when you're clearing your clutter is forgiving life for not meeting your expectations. Our clutter accumulates when our reality differs from our plans and the vision of our best life. Perhaps in the past you envisioned a different career, relationship, or home for yourself. When life fails to align with your hopes, It's natural to grieve, to feel frustration, or even rage at the unfairness of it all. But clinging to bitterness against the world or fate keeps you in a cycle of disappointment. Forgiving life for its unpredictability is an act of surrender and humility. It's an embrace of the mystery and messiness of being human. This kind of forgiveness involves letting go of the story of how things were supposed to be. It means finding meaning and opportunity in the circumstances you have, rather than those you wished for. By forgiving life, you can open your heart to gratitude for what is present, even if it doesn't match your old script. In this new openness, fresh possibilities can take root, and your definition and vision of your clutter-free best life can include joy you had not imagined. The fifth and final type of forgiveness you need to practice when you're clearing your clutter is forgiving yourself for how you coped. When facing hardship, we all adopt coping mechanisms to survive. Some are healthy, others may be less constructive, like our clutter. You might regret how you shut down, lashed out, avoided the issue, or numbed your feelings. It's important to recognize that you did the best you could with what you had at the time. Forgiving yourself for the way you coped is an act of tenderness. It doesn't mean excusing harmful behaviors, but it does require understanding the roots of your choices. Perhaps you were acting out of fear, confusion, or exhaustion. Rather than judging your past self, offer compassion. This forgiveness allows you to look honestly at what helped or hindered your healing, without shame clouding your awareness. From this place of understanding, you can choose healthier strategies to move forward. Self-forgiving for coping means treating yourself not as a problem to be solved, but as a complex, worthy being in the midst of becoming whole on your clutter-clearing journey. Forgiveness is not a single act, but an ongoing practice, a gentle returning again and again to the intention to let go. It clears a path for healing and a space for growth, joy, and a life defined not by your challenges, but by your courage and compassion. In the act of forgiving, you reclaim your power and open the door to living your very best life. You can clear your clutter fast, or you can clear your clutter forever, but you can't clear your clutter forever fast. To find out how I can help you clear your clutter forever without the need for an expensive home visit, click on the link with this video now.